guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. In today's video we are going to be doing our 1 month growth review on the fish in the Super Simple Budget Aquarium. Now for those of you who don't know, this is my Super Simple Budget Aquarium. It is a 110 litre super fish aquarium. I did previously have these fish in a 90 litre super fish scaper aquarium, but an absolute steal came about and I had to take advantage of it, and that's why I upgraded them to this tank. Now, as I mentioned in every single episode, this is not their home for life, and they will eventually be making their way into the Goldfish Mega Tank or potentially into another system. So it's been 1 month since I've had these fish, or just over a month now, and obviously they did have a tank change. Now I personally don't think they've really grown that much, but obviously I do look at them every day, so it's going to be interesting to compare them to the before pictures that we took when we originally got them. See if they've changed at all. Now obviously they have been feeding on the Hulk's goldfish food. Now this is the better food, or beta food, however you like to pronounce it, but it has a really fine granule size, and it is exactly the same as the Goldfish Super Red food. So that's why I'm using this. My aim is to sort of get through this entire pack with these fish, but we'll see how that goes. Just before I do the sort of measurements and before and after videos, I'm going to do a quick water change on this tank. I do an 80% water change once a week at the moment on this tank, and I haven't cleaned this tank for, well actually because it's been Christmas, I haven't cleaned this tank for 9 days, and there is absolutely no build-up or detritus on the bottom, which is absolutely amazing. It shows there's enough flow in the tank, and there's also enough biomedia as well to keep the tank running. So let's get a quick water change done, and then we can check out the fish. And that is the water change done, nice and simple. It takes me about 10 to 12 minutes in total to do the water change, and most of the time it's just waiting for it to drain and fill back up. Super easy to maintain. So I've left the lid off, as you can see, and I've also left the light off. Obviously I do have the lamp above it, but I was finding that the lamp wasn't bright enough and didn't really allow the colours of the goldfish to pop when I wanted to look at them, so I did add the old light from the Escaper 90 aquarium, but I've left that off. So now we can take a look at the fish, have a few close-ups, and then we can compare them from the before videos and before pictures to see how they've changed and developed, or if they've maybe just stayed the same over the past month. So let's check it out. So first up we have Naruto, who I think definitely has put some growth on. Now I'm going to put a before picture to see what he looked like before, and you can see that he's actually developed some black or sumi within the wen, and I believe his body is also rounder. He definitely has a bit more plumpness to the tummy and stomach area. Definitely think the black is developing, whereas to be honest, I thought the black might start to disappear and he may turn into a gold colour. So he's definitely put some weight on. Next up we have Mario. I don't think there's too much difference in weight. I think the Hulk's food has helped give him a little bit more size and shape in the stomach area. I think he's definitely put on a little bit of mass, but obviously we can't see any changes with the coloration of this fish. But I definitely think he's getting a little bit bigger. Nothing too crazy, but there's definitely some clear signs of growth on his body over the past month. Now finally we have Lava Boy. I can definitely notice a development in the black coloration on this fish. Definitely in the caudal fin he has a little bit more striations in there, and the black has definitely darkened up a little bit. Now the black has also developed. I think he is starting to get a little bit more black all over the body, but I can definitely see some areas of growth in the stomach area as well, which is most likely due to the Hulk's goldfish food that I've been feeding. It was really great to see the differences before and after, and that the fish actually had changed a little bit. Nothing too dramatic, but there was definitely clear differences from my perspective. So hopefully in the coming months we'll keep doing our monthly updates, see how they grow and develop over time. Now if I really wanted to push the growth on these fish, I would be heating the tank to 25, 26 degrees. It currently sits at around 20, 21 degrees. And if I really wanted to push the growth, I would heat it, as I said, up to about 25 degrees. I would also have an auto feeder. I would feed these fish more than I do. Currently, they get about 4 to 6 feeds a day. I'd probably be feeding around 8 to 10. And I would be doing a water change 50% every other day. And that is if I really wanted to push the growth on these fish. I'm not too focused about the speed that they grow at, and it's really just to see how they develop and document that over time. Now, I would say it is the end of the video, but these fish actually now are going to be acclimated into the Goldfish Mega Tank, and there is a very important reason why, which I'll be releasing in the next video. All I will say is that I've mentioned that this would be a great hospital or quarantine tank going forward, and that it's always good to have a spare tank, and that is the reason why these guys are going into the Goldfish Mega Tank, and you'll find out why in the next episode. So I'm going to get those acclimated now. We can release them into the Goldfish Mega Tank, take some cool videos, and I will be posting some more videos on the Instagram link down below. Let's get these bowled up and let's acclimate them to the Goldfish Mega Tank. As you can see, I've just bowled up the 3 Aranda, ready to go into the Goldfish Mega Tank. Now, post water change, their water is sitting at 21.2 degrees. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And the Goldfish Mega Tank is currently sitting at 22.5 degrees. Hopefully that will focus, maybe not. But you can see that we have a slight difference in temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the bowl to sit in the water like this for around 10 minutes. And then I'll simply tilt the bowl, add a little bit of water from the Goldfish Mega Tank. And then I'll probably release them after about 15 to 20 minutes once those temperatures are stable. Now, obviously the temperature difference is very, very minor, and we're only looking around 1 degree-ish, so nothing too crazy. And then we can get some shots of them going into the tank and have another look at them in comparison to the big Aranda.
A few moments later.
So these guys have now been sitting in the bowl for around 10 to 15 minutes. I've added a little bit of tank water, so they are acclimated to the aquarium. Now, I've previously mentioned that I essentially have quarantined these fish because I've had them in an aquarium for around 4 weeks without adding them to the other fish. I've seen no signs of diseases or anything like that, so I'm happy to mix them with the fish. You would have seen me talk about this in a previous video where I added them to the Goldfish Mega Tank already, but I'm absolutely happy with the health of these fish. They came from the same dealer that the rest of my fish came from, so absolutely happy to release them into the Goldfish Mega Tank. Let's release them now, and then we can get some footage of them compared to the Jumbo Aranda. So that is it for today's video. Once again, the super simple budget aquarium is empty, but I will be telling you what is going into this aquarium in the next video. And the Aranda are only temporarily going to be in the Goldfish Mega Tank. They've settled in really well and they are not bothered by the other fish, so I'm really, really happy about that. But you're gonna have to wait till next video to see what is happening with this aquarium. Now, if you want future updates or you want lots more updates, then head over to the Instagram page. Link is down below, where I post daily updates on the fancy goldfish. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.